Sit back, relax, and enjoy, because, ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime!
It's not gonna happen, and Daniel McMillan,
Pennsylvania native, kept here winning here at Pocono.
Third win of the season, and win the championship.
Ryan Benjamin with the last lap pass.
And he is going to score the victory in the Minute Maid 300.
Salmon Oskin, third win of the season.
He's gonna get it and only leads 3 laps today!
Welcome to the NOFSRL.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first race here at the Flemington Speedway here, getting ready to kick off All-Star Open Day here, or the All-Star Open afternoon here for the Flemington Department Store All-Star Race, I should say, presented by Northlandz. Actually, I think I have that around. It's the Northlandz All-Star Race presented by Flemington Department Store. That is the correct term. The correct name, actually, you know what, I'm going to restart this. Okay, let's Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to race number 1 here in the Northlandz All-Star Race presented by Flemington Department Store Heat Races here at the Flemington Speedway. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Trey Wright, getting set to bring you heat number 1 of 2 here at the Flemington Speedway. And joining me for the All-Star festivities is a man that many of you know very well, Benny Watson, aka Napa Fan. The tables are kind of turned here as I am normally co-commentating with him over with the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, but now, Napa, you are commentating with me over for the Mission BBQ Cup Series All-Star Race festivities. We are here at the Flemington Speedway, a little bit of a 5/8 mile track here in Flemington, New Jersey, just right, quite literally in my backyard. So what are your expectations for these guys? These guys are going for a reserve here in the Mission BBQ Cup Series for next season.
Yeah, this will be interesting, and we finally get to do a race together where you're the one doing the race. Of course, you've done, I don't know, like 100 races with me before, but now the tables have in fact turned, so it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. But I'm really intrigued to see how this one goes. You know, we're going all out with this one, 110% strength, no damage. It's going to be wild. It's going to be crazy, just like this whole series has been, but it's all in good fun. And definitely intrigued to see who gets in. One from each team in the LCQ. Should be a fun one here today at Flemington.
It definitely is. Now, for drivers that are locked into the All-Star Race, if you have won a race this season, you are already locked in. So, Cole Sampson, your winner at Talladega. Fitzy, your winner at Texas World. Zachary Davis, your Milwaukee winner. Ryan Benjamin, your Daytona 500 champion. Scrolling down the list here. Nathan Smith, your Charlotte winner. Daniel Voiles, your Watkins Glen winner. Jake Hoover, your first Dodge race winner. Scrolling down the list a little bit more here. Have to go all the way down to Benjamin Dover, your Armory Digital winner. Brady Wilmington, your most recent winner here in the Mission BBQ Cup Series at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway just a short couple of nights ago. Keegan Thompson, 2-time winner at both Papyrus and the first Hillside race. Eric Monaco, one of your drivers, Napa Fan, he is your Michigan winner. Bradley Ream, the second Dodge race winner. Dustin Davis is not locked in. Landon Smith Jr., your current points leader, winner at both Nazareth and Ricky. Tyler Reynolds, your second Hillside winner. And Madison Tall, your Boston winner. Those are the 15 drivers that are knocked in. And in case you did not see the Discord post, the way this All-Star format is going to work, the top finisher in heat number 1 will move on. The top finisher in heat number 2 will move on. And then we'll have an LCQ where the podium finishers will move on to the Northlandz All-Star Race presented by Flemington Department Store. So let's see. Let's get you to see who is starting in heat number 1. 97 of Brandy Adele drew for the pole for heat 1. Starting alongside him is a 46 of Caleb Campbell. Row 2, the 24 of Riley Sampson starts alongside Al Agassi in the 34. Row 3, Dave Benjamin Jr. and Logan Williams, the other Otter Island Motorsports car in this series, and is Juan Rodriguez, Carter Joey, Dustin Davis, Daisy Johnson, James Edwards, Trey Smith, and rounding out the field for the starting in the 13th position, I should say, is a 91 of Derek Hamill. quickly get the cars rolling off here at the Flemington Speedway. Going to be a 10-lap race here around this 5/8 track. Fan, who do you have winning the first heat race of the day? Henceforth, they would lock themselves into the All-Star race later on today.
Well, it's the All-Star race, so I can be biased here. Logan Williams, 79. Pretty solid driver. I think he's going to win this first heat.
Yeah, definitely been kind of playing it consistent in the points. But the All-Star festivity is about to kick off here at the Flemington Speedway here in beautiful Flemington, New Jersey. Pit Pyre's pace car going to pull off on the pit road. And we don't have the cautions on for the heats, but we do have damage, and we have they're at 105. Green flag in the air. Heat 1 is underway here at Flemington. Now Legacy already driving the corner wide. Yeah, the
almost like Legacy had an issue right at the start of this one.
Yeah, Legacy did not have a
They're
good
all
start.
passing them right there.
Yeah, Legacy. This track is kind of tough to pass here with if the strength is not jacked all the way up. But Brennan Udell going to lead the first lap here in the All-Star in the heat number 1. Riley Sampson, he's trying to pass that 90. He's trying to get to the top position, but it looks like Udell, if everything goes his way, he might be locking himself into the All-Star race early on. No cautions here at the Flemington Speedway during both the heats, the LCQ, and the All-Star race. And the only difference between the All-Star race and the heats and LCQ, there is no damage. So there is no damage in the actual event. Meanwhile, Carter Joey going to go a little bit wide in the 51.
And the outside lane working pretty well right there. The 46, I do believe there, of Caleb Campbell getting the outside lane on that machine. So good run there on that outside lane. Definitely going to be interesting to see how that plays out throughout the rest of the night.
Yeah, you see Dave Benjamin Jr. He is currently 4th. Udell is just scooting away from these guys. About to be 6 laps to go here in heat number 1. I don't believe that. Oh, well, Logan Williams, you see the damage on that 79. I don't believe he went around that 79, just probably made contact with, I think, the 77 of Dustin Davis. Unless it is a massive accident, we probably won't review it later in this after this race. But a tough break with the 79 of Logan Williams. Back up to the race lead. Campbell is slowly closing in on the 97, but it's very tough to pass here at the Flemington Speedway. Track position definitely matters. So as we approach 5 laps to go, halfway here through heat number 1, Sampson currently in 3rd, Benjamin 4th, and the top 5 is rounded out by Juan Rodriguez in the 19. Udell continues to lead. He is on track to lead every single lap here. Currently running about 90 miles an hour. Average speed is about 94, 95 miles an hour for that 97, I believe. Fastest lap is Riley Sampson. He is the fastest car on the racetrack, but not in the lead so far. Coming around 3 laps to go in heat number 1.
Yeah, we'll have to see if that number 97 can hold on. I think he will. Good job there for Brandon Yodel. But about the 42 Caleb Campbell right on the outside lane. He might be able to use that advantage if he can advance on in the LCQ. But only the winner advances on here in Heat 1.
Indeed. And the LCQ is decided by random draw, so even if you do have a decent run here in the heats, as we have 2 laps to go in heat number 1, Sampson could very well, no, not Cole Sampson, Caleb Campbell. I've been making that mistake for the last couple of races, but Caleb Campbell, he could very much start in the back via random draw in the LCQ, so just have to wait and see. White flag in the air in heat 1 one more time around, and for Brendan Udell to try and lock himself into the All-Star race. Looking back, single file throughout the most of the field. NS Racing trying to get all 3 of their cars into the All-Star race. Madison Tall is already in. Nathan Stapleton is in the next heap of rounding turns 3 and 4. Mr. Brendan Udell is going to lock his spot into the All-Star race.
Good run for him right there. It seems like this is a difficult place to make a pass, so if you can get the front row here. Have a good opportunity advancing on.
Indeed, Caleb Campbell just came oh so close. Coincidentally, he was 46 1/100ths of a second off from 97 in that the 46 car. So tough break for Caleb Campbell, but hopefully he could possibly get the random draw, get a positive random draw on the 46, and maybe he can try and sneak his way with the LCQ. But final results in race number 1. I mean, like, the only thing that truly matters is that Brendan Goodell is your winner, and the other 12 cars will be debunked to the LCQ. But Brendan Goodell, he's on his way to the All-Star Race. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We're just kind of a quick commercial break here, and then we'll be moving on to heat number 2 here in preparation for the Northlandz All-Star Race presented by Flemington Department Store.
Have you ever wished your toy cars weren't just useless pieces of plastic and could actually do something? This sucks. Well, look no further. With the Double E Cup Series, your plastic cars can come to life before your very eyes. Wow! Just hit subscribe to this loser right here and all your dreams can come true. This is incredible.
Now we're back here for heat number 2 of the All-Star Race festivities here at the Flemington Speedway, getting set to run the second heat here at the Flemington Speedway on the pole by random draw. Heat number 2 is the one of Colton Yo. I get a better camera angle to show you starting lineup, and then Jonathan Logan on that outside lane. And third is the number 22 of Josh Williamson. Fourth is the 98 of Nathan Stapleton. Fifth is the 52 of Matt Tuck. Sixth is the 66 of Charlie Davenport. 7th is the 8 of Danny DeVito Jr. 9th is the 48 of Danny DeVito Sr. DeVito row right here towards the back. 10th is the number 12 of... Wait, okay, not 10th, I believe 9th, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 9th is the number 12 of Nathan Buchanan. 10th is the number 50 of Mitchell Collins. 11th is the number 40 of Owen Miles. And then 12th, last in this heat, and then coincidentally last in points, is the 54 of Caleb Rose. Look at the field rolling off here just one moment. Making sure everybody rolls off here. It appears that they are. Now, Napa fan, we know that passing was very difficult here in the first heat. What are your expectations here for the second heat, and who is your pick to win heat number 2 here?
Yeah, I think this first heat was a little bit calm. I think this heat will be calm as well. I mean, they don't want to wreck their stuff this early on. But I think this time, I don't think it's going to be the one pulling away. I think the 22 of Josh Williamson is going to have a shot at his advancement into the All-Star Race.
Definitely could. This pace car pulls on to the pit lane. Colton Yo and Jonathan Logan are going to lead them to the green flag. Green flag in the air, like you said. Jonathan Logan. No, not Jonathan Logan, just Josh Williamson. He's going to dive
Jonathan
to
Logan
the
got shuffled
inside.
out of line in the 10 there, and Williamson took advantage of the 1 not getting a good jump right there, but a little bit more wild here in this one so far. But Yo going to get the run on the outside lane.
Colton Yo is going to get the run here in that number 1. Williamson almost had the lead there. I know he's going to try and drive it. Third is Matt Tuck, and Jonathan Logan continuing to fall back in that number 10 for Father Fruit Motorsports, his own team. Father Fruit Motorsports not having a good season so far. And now Josh Williamson under fire from the number 52 of Matt Tuck, DeVito Jr., DeVito Sr. Round out the top 5. Jonathan Logan continuing to fall back. He did not have a good start in that number 10. Well, back to the front, Colton Yo, car number 1 in position number 1. He has definitely been the most improved this season. Was spent the first 10 or so races of the season last in points, but in the last 7 or so races, he has definitely rebounded in that number 1 team for Full Frontal Motorsports. So has Josh Williamson. Not as much as Colton Yo, but Williamson definitely starting to be a little bit more consistent here. But neither of these guys. Colton Yo was so close to being locked into the All-Star Race at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway. Lost that by a couple of car lengths over Brady Wilmington. Wilmington He is locked into the All-Star Race, a late addition. Williamson closing in on halfway here through heat number 2. Williamson stalking the 1 car. And Matt Tuck waiting. If these guys make contact, Tuck could definitely try and take advantage of that.
We're going to have to see if Williamson can get a run on Colton Yo here. We've yet to see that be made as the race goes on here. But that 22 does appear to be a little bit faster than the one of Colton Yo right now. We're just going to have to see if Williamson can make the move.
He definitely could. Halfway here through heat number 2. After this is going to be the LCQ, where we're going to throw in 22 drivers onto this track. That's going to be insane. That's actually going to be our biggest race of the day, because later on tonight is going to be the 50 lap 20 car feature with no damage, no cautions, and just pure pandemonium here for the Northlandz All-Star Race presented by Flemington Department Store. Top 3 have pulled away from the DeVito clan 3 laps ago here in heat number 2. This is a very tough track to pass. Williamson is trying to find a way around that number 1 of Colton Yo, but he has got Matt Tuck stalking the rear bumper of that Mopar. And Williamson is driving 2 laps to go, this time by for Colton Yo to lock himself into the All-Star Race.
Yeah, he's starting to pull away there from 22 with Josh Williamson. If he can hold the inside lane to the corners here, I think he got the advantage on the rest of the field. But watch out for Matt Tuck. He may get a run on Williamson there for second. Not that it's going to mean anything, but if something were to happen to Colton Yo, that is the position for the capper seat to win this race.
Definitely is. Coming off of turn 4, white flag in the air for Colton Yo to lock himself into the All-Star Race. Josh Williamson just trying to find a way around that number 1. Halfway home for Colton Yo. Williamson gained a lot of time on there, but through turn 3 onto another short shoot into turn 4. Colton Yo, and that son of a Chevrolet, has locked himself into the All-Star Race. He wins heat 2.
Good job for him right there. I'm noticing a pattern. You start on the front, you're going to do pretty good here at Flemington. I don't know if it's going to be the case for the All-Star Race later tonight, but these guys keeping it pretty clean so far, and good job for Colton Yo there, advancing on to the All-Star Race.
Definitely is. Take a look at your final results, even though they don't really matter. Colton Yo will advance on to the Northlandz All-Star Race presented by Flemington Department Store. Josh Williamson so close. Matt Tuck, both DeVitos. Nathan Buchanan, Jonathan Logan fell all the way back to 7th. Nathan Stapleton, Owen Miles, Caleb Rose, Mitchell Collins, and Charlie Davenport rounds out your field here for heat 2. Once again, don't go away just yet, because coming up next is going to be the LCQ. Top 3 finishers in that race will advance onto the All-Star Race here, and then later on tonight we are going to have the Northlandz All-Star Race presented by Flemington Department Store. That will be a 50-lap A-Main feature event. But don't go anywhere, because in just a few moments we are going to have the LCQ. Probably one is going to be one of the most chaotic races here tonight, if not the most. The Last Chance Qualifier, or LCQ. Everything hangs in the balance in this race. It's going to be a 25-lap dash to the finish, and then later on tonight we will have the main event, the main Northlandz All-Star Race presented by Flemington Department Store. Let's go through your starting lineup here via random draw. Dustin Davis is your pole sitter, then is Al Lagacy, Riley Sampson, Juan Rodriguez, Trey Smith, Owen Miles, Nathan Buchanan, Danny DeVito Sr., Logan Williams, Danny DeVito Jr., Carter Joey, Caleb Campbell, Nathan Stapleton, James Edwards, Matt Tuck, Jonathan Logan, Caleb Rose, Derek Hamill, Mitchell Collins, Daisy Johnson, that is Charlie Davenport, Dave Benjamin Jr., and then rounding out the field is a number 22 of Josh Williamson. And to get the cars rolling off here, a lot is on the line. Not everything is on the line, But a lot is on the line here, Napa fan. Who do you think is going to be the winner here after the 25-lap LCQ?
Well, after what we've seen in the first 2 heats, I think Dustin Davis is going to pull away with this one because starting in that first position has definitely been an advantage all day long. I think he's going to go ahead and advance his way onto the All-Star race later tonight.
I think so too, and then you got to think about the winner is not the only one that advances to the All-Star race, but the podium finishers here. All 3 of them will advance on to the All-Star race later on tonight. But the Papyrus pace car going to pull off onto the pit lane. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, pull them belts one more time. We're green flag racing here for the LCQ.
Ooh, a lot of shuffling going on in the back.
4
right
wide.
there.
DeVito Jr. is going to go into the wall. That's going to sour his chances. Once again, moderate damage is turned on now. They are almost 5 wide there. 4 wide there. Cautions are not turned on, but now, after lap 1, it is the 77 of Dustin Davis. And then the final transfer spot is a 38 of Trey Smith. Al Agassi once again did not get a good jump in that 34. I'm surprised nobody has wrecked in any of these LCQs or any of these qualifiers. I should say it's the only LCQ. The only damage that somebody has had was Logan Williams in the first LCQ. We see a little bit of contact there. Williams currently outside the transfer spot. But now, top 3 cars once again pulling away here. Dustin Davis, Riley Sampson, and Trey Smith currently like 3 cars that would advance on to the All-Star race later on tonight.
Yeah, we're going to see how it all shakes out for these guys. Watch out for the 19 machine there. Juan Rodriguez. Let's see if we can find a way around the 38 machine. We've seen passes for the lead be difficult so far here today, but midway through the field, we'll have to see if it becomes an issue. How about the 46 there? Of course, he finished second in the first heat. Didn't get a good starting position for this one, but able to move up to the 5th position through all that skirmishing that happened earlier on.
Yeah, he started in the Caleb Campbell in 46, started in the 11th position, has clawed his way all the way up to 5th, but it is podium position in the LCQ or bust. Now this is the battle for the transfer spot. Rodriguez hounding the back bumper of Trey Smith. Looking back through the field to see if got any more contact, and there are. The DeVito family cannot stay away from each other. It's got to be that DeVito power that they possess. Meanwhile, James Edwards going to lose a little bit of ground to Mitchell Collins in the 50. James Edwards kind of been cooling off in the Mission BBQ Cup Series. Meanwhile, back up front, it is all Dustin Davis trying to get all 3 SF Premium Motorsports cars into the big show later on tonight. Riley Sampson also trying to get all 3 Appleseed Racing cars in. Trey Smith is trying to be the only American Motorsports entry in, as Al Agassi is all the way back in the 6th position. Don't count out this battle.
It'll be interesting to see. You know, this is a 25-lap race. The longest lap race we've seen all day is 10 laps. That 19 is starting to close in here, and got all these other drivers kind of getting in the way. But it'll be interesting to see, too, could lap traffic become an issue here in this LCQ? I'm not sure where the last guy in line is, if they'll close up to him. Because these guys have some damage. If someone does get involved in a wreck and they slow down, that could affect our race leaders.
Yeah, Owen Miles, probably the most worst for wear in that lap 1 skirmish where they went about 4 wide into the corner. So lap traffic could possibly come into play, and Juan Rodriguez has found the back bumper. That 38, this is just about where the heat race would end. But Juan Rodriguez has a little bit of time. He's always going to have to check up there. Trey Smith, and now Rodriguez. This is going to be the juiciest battle on the racing surface. We're lap 11 of 25 here in the LCQ. I think Dustin Davis, as long as he just pulls off a lot clean laps in that 77, he's going to go to the All-Star race. Same for Riley Sampson. But Trey Smith is definitely in the largest predicament in that 38, as Juan Rodriguez is really fast in that Ford Fusion for Buck Racing.
to see if that 19 can close in. We'll have to see if Al obviously makes a move there in Campbell. But it just seems like these drivers are kind of gridlocked into their respective positions at this point. It's such a difficult place to make a pass, and especially when they spread out. Dustin Davis is going to pull away and win this thing, no doubt about that, I don't think. But it's going to be interesting to see if 38 can hold on to that last position.
Yeah, actually, Juan Rodriguez has fallen back a little bit. Now he is in the clutches of the 46 of Campbell. Now I think Owen Miles, he could possibly come into play as we're approaching 10 laps to go. I'm not sure if that's a feasible argument or not. Closing in on 10 laps to go in a very calm LCQ, but once we get to the All-Star race, it is going to be absolutely nuts. 50 laps. We are going to have a night sky here. It's going to run like a day race, but it is going to be it's going to look like it's night because I'm going to be using a different shared folder, which is going to masquerade it to be looking like it is night. But it's definitely going to be
we got a movement right there. Not sure where that is. That's Campbell got to run to the inside of the 19 of Rodriguez, and that's going to put Campbell in the position if something happens to the top three. But those guys going side by side, that's going to slow them down, and they're going to lose a lot of ground at that 38 for the last transfer position.
Indeed they are. Campbell is trying to get anything, salvage anything he can. 10 to go here in the LCQ. For Dustin Davis in the 77, I think he's a lock. So is Riley Sampson. I think these guys continue to race behind number 38 of Trey Smith. I think that 38 of Smith is going to be a lock as well. I don't think they're going to quite catch up to Owen Miles. So as we wind down this LCQ, what are your expectations here for the All-Star race later on tonight?
I think the All-Star is going to be a little bit wilder than what we're seeing here. Of course, with being under the lights, being the guys who have won races so far this season. So it should be interesting. You know, it's going to be kind of similar to this one, but I think we're going to probably have a better opportunity for passes being made on the racetrack in the All-Star race later tonight.
Definitely are. It's Dustin Davis. I don't think. Yeah, he's definitely not going to catch Owen Miles. We're closing in on 7 laps to go here in the LCQ for Dustin Davis, Riley Sampson, and Trey Smith. Sampson trying to get both Sampson family members into the All-Star race here. And Juan Rodriguez, he is got a little bit more pep in that 19, but I think it's just so hard to pass here that I think Trey Smith might be a lock, but you never know. Looking at back some of the guys that aren't going to transfer, unfortunately. Starting with probably Caleb Campbell, Al Agassi, Logan Williams, Dave Benjamin Jr., Carter Joey, Matt Tuck, Charlie Davenport, Nathan Buchanan, Derek Hamill, Jonathan Logan. Both DeVitos are going to miss the transfer. James Edwards and then Josh Williamson, Mitchell Collins, Caleb Rose, Nathan Stapleton. Both of his teammates are going to make it in team cars, but the team owner for NS Racing not going to make it in. Neither is Daisy Johnson nor is Owen Miles. We have 5 laps to go. Scurry back up to the front, and there is the battle for the transfer position. But 4 laps to go for Dustin Davis. Going to mostly focus in on this battle here. I don't know if Rodriguez is going to be able to get a run on the 38.
Well, he might. You know, here's the thing. If these guys go side by side, if they happen to go side by side, you got Campbell and Legacy closing in. That 38 is starting to slow up just a little bit right there. Trey Smith, we'll have to see if he can hold on to these guys, but only 2 laps to go. I have a feeling that he should be able to.
Yeah, riding in the back bumper. Gonna have a little bit of a cushion between him and the 19 of Rodriguez, coming around to 2 laps to go. Ooh, Rodriguez pulled in a ton there, but Smith is gonna have a run off. 2 laps to go here in the LCQ. Juan Rodriguez trying to get around that number 38 of Trey Smith. Gonna try the outside. Gonna get a huge run here. Oh, he's gonna put the bumper to him. He's gonna put the bumper to Trey Smith, but couldn't get inside in time. Meanwhile, white flag in the air for Dustin Davis and Riley Sampson. They're both going to be locked in. But this is the battle for the transfer spot. Trey Smith going to give it all he can. So is Juan Rodriguez through turns 3 and 4. Dustin Davis and Riley Sampson have been locked in, but coming off of turn number 4, Trey Smith is going to edge out Rodriguez, and Trey Smith is going to be the final transfer spot here for the Northlandz All-Star Race.
A good run for him right there. It was difficult to move that car around. I don't know what I'm saying. It was difficult to make a pass here at Flemington Speedway. No doubt about it. So I think that definitely helped out Owen Mile, or should I say Trey Smith in the 38 machine. It's going to be interesting to see how the All-Star Race plays out later tonight with all these guys in the field.
Definitely will be 20 cars on the racetrack. Not as many as we had here in the LCQ, funny enough, but going to be on 110 strength. It is going to be no damage under the lights, and it is going to be fun, chaotic, and just absolute pandemonium here on the racetrack. But for you watching at home, it is going to be entertainment levels through the roof. But congratulations to the 5 drivers that have advanced to the All-Star Race. Brendan Yadell, Colton Yo, Dustin Davis, Riley Sampson, and Trey Smith. And the others, better luck next year, unfortunately. But this is not for points. This is just for bragging rights. A reserve for season number 2 of the NOFSRL Mission BBQ Cup Series. But we will see you later on tonight at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time for the running of the Northlandz All-Star Race presented by Flemington Department Store. But on behalf of Napa Fan, I have been Trey Wright. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen. From the Flemington Speedway, this has been NASCAR Nerd 34, signing off.